Yo, sup guys, ZeroMark here. In this video, we're going to cover the meter systems in type Lumina. First and foremost, we have two different meters. When you first load into the match, you have one magic circuit meter and a full moon gauge. The magic circuit meter is located at the bottom of the screen, and the moon gauge is under your character portrait. Alright, I'm going to be splitting this video into two halves. In the first half, I will talk about the magic circuit meter, and in the second half, I'll talk about the moon gauge. You gain magic circuit meter for literally everything in this game. You can shield an attack, take damage, or deal damage. As long as your buttons make contact with the opponent, you gain meter. But if you were to whiff buttons in neutral, you gain nothing. As you can see, my meter is not building up. An alternative way to gain meter is to use charge, which is 2A plus B, which takes your health away. As you can see on my character's health bar, this is what you call grey health, and you can recover this grey health with heat. Except we'll talk about heat later on in this video. Meter is generally really important in this game because you can spend it for extra damage and combo extensions. So for example, my 214B doesn't combo into anything unless I spend meter to make it combo. Any special move done with the C button will spend a magic circuit bar. So for example, my DP, my EX DP is, I spend bar for that. EX projectile. Yeah. Another way for you to spend your meter is to do something like a meter knockdown. So for example, instead of doing this into air throw knockdown as they get up relatively quickly. So if I do something like this, and I decide to heat here, they don't get blown back by the heat. If I decide to meter knockdown, they get blown back. I have a safe heat opportunity. And if I really wanted to, this gives me time to charge and then also pressure them after the charge. So this is some ideas of how you can use meter knockdown for your character, in which my case has a safe heat, in which cases you need that to gain your health back. Alright. Once you have 3 bars, you can use something called an arc drive, which gives you about 3.5k damage, which is your super invincible. And in Red Arc's case, her super is air unblockable, so I set them to jumping and guard, as you can see. The only way for your opponent to counter air unblockable supers is to have their shield. They can shield this. So just be aware. Alright. There are two mechanics tied to meter. Normal heat and blood heat. These two are exactly the same, except blood heat has some unique features to it than normal heat. Heat is similar to burst in other anime fighters, for example Guilty Gear Blaze Blue unit. The requirement in this game is 1 bar of meter. Whoops, wrong meter. You heal over time in this state, so I will quickly demonstrate that. As the grey health we were talking about earlier is something called recoverable HP. So as you can see, I pop heat, my health goes back up. As my health goes back up, I'm in more healthy condition obviously, and your heat runs down. Right. The time increases as I have more meter. This will last longer because, you know, I have more meter. So, okay, however, while in heat you have access to all your EX moves. Although it will burn the meter down pretty quickly. You also can arc drive in this state at any time. So if it goes all the way down, let's say about now, you can still arc drive. So you can spend arc drive with 1 bar if you really wanted to. Although, if you are using your heat to like specifically heal, if you activate arc drive, you lose all that heat. So you stop regening at this stage. Right. It's meter knockdown is the safest way to get heat to come out. But if you guys are playing neutral and you really want to pop heat, your best bet is to stand right next to your opponent and heat, because they can't block the activation. So I will say, give me a second. So I have RQA set to guard. This is down back guard. They still get blown back. The only thing they can do is to shield. So if I hold down back, shield. Oh, oops, down back, shield. They can shield, punish, and I'm dead. As you're getting hit, you do not recover your HP back. So if you get shield countered into a combo while you're in heat, the heat meter still runs down and you don't get any of your health back. You also can't activate while getting comboed by your opponent, so quickly we'll do this auto combo. I will be pressing my heat button. No heat pop. And as a side note, you get a 10% damage buff while in heat. So this does 770 now, and the move usually does 700. Just something to keep in mind, I guess. To be able to activate Blood Heat, your opponent must have taken 1 round off you, giving you access to your 4th Magic Circuit bar. You also receive 1 extra bar for the round loss and gain access to a new move called Last Arc, which is only usable at 4 bars. If the Last Arc were to connect, you permanently lose the 4th bar for the rest of the match. Now, while in Blood Heat, you get a 20% damage bonus. As before, I got 770, now I'm getting 840. If you shield an attack while in Blood Heat, your last arc automatically comes out, and it also has a damage boost. As you can see, 6660 damage. If I have the Blood Heat run down for a bit, yeah, okay. You get less damage for shielding as Blood Heat runs down. So if you want to optimize damage for this shield counter, I guess, get your opponent to, you know, do something, I guess. It scales over time, basically. Now it's the moon gauge section of the video. You can use 4 moon skills before running out of moon gauge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And these moon skills are basically EX moves, except they are attached to a different meter. So the moon gauge. Characters usually have 3 or 4 of them. So I have my DP, I have my projectile fireball, same difference, and I have 3 BC, which is movement. But to gain this meter back, the same principles apply as the magic circuit meter, so shielding attack grants you meter back, getting hit grants you meter back, and also dealing damage or doing a combo. But the initial hit of a combo only gains you 1. So the additional following hits don't give you any meter at all. We have moon skill DPs, which are jump cancelable on hits. In some cases, well, in my character's case, I can combo this. On guard, I can jump cancel this moon skill DP. But if my opponent were to shield me here, I lose the ability to jump cancel and they get a guaranteed punish. So this can either be instant shield counter, so the A option, or they wait for me to, you know, land and then they punish me with beefy combo. I think the same case also applies to some of these moon skills. As you can see, it takes a while for me to be able to pull out my shield again. Mashing A here. D. So if I have them set to shield counter, I'm pressing shield, my shield doesn't come out because the moon skill has to finish. So it's a guaranteed punish for the person defending against the moon skill if you shield. With the other usage of moon, you can use it on the BC option, which is your thrust, but this requires 50% of your moon meter every time you want to use it. This is another option in Shield Wars. Alright, now we'll go over Moondrive, which is 5 BC. While in this state, you gain passive meter. As you can see, my magic circuit meter is going up. You also gain the ability to triple jump, forward dash, backdash, or forward dash, backdash, double jump. You have 10 billion options of movement when you're in this stage. if you hit moon skills while in Moondrive, your meter drastically goes up. As you can see. Hitting all my moon skills here boosted me up to 2.2 meter, which is really nice. As a side note, on Moondrive activation, you have frame 1 invul. So I can basically go through buttons. So if I do something like this. Alright, I did it again, sweet. Yeah, you have 1 frame of invulnerability, and your moon skills have more clash frames on them. Alright, this is the end of the video. If you guys liked the video, please feel free to subscribe, as I will be posting more of this content, and feel free to catch me at my socials. Alright, later guys.